Oh, here he comes. Tim, thanks for joining us again. We really appreciate it.
Open up some doors to get some heat out. Thanks, Zach, for that intro. Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming here to honor our fallen. Move this up for a moment. All right, can you still hear me? All right, excellent. Also want to thank Cindy Long, like so many people have. Cindy, this truly came from her heart, and she's put it on for the last 3 years as a calling. And so, Cindy, we appreciate that, and your entire team that takes the time to put this all on, so that we can come together and remember that freedom is not free. I also want to thank each and every one of you who decided to come out here today and take part in remembering. Maybe for some of you it's a specific person, it's a loved one that you lost. Maybe for you it's a deep-seated respect for our nation's warriors, or a sense of patriotism for our nation. Far too many will let this day pass by without remembering. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt said, quote, "Those who have long enjoyed such privileges as we enjoy forget in time that men died to win them." Over our roughly 250-year history as a nation, 1.1 million Americans have died in our nation's wars. As a nation that prides itself in freedom, we must come together and honor that sacrifice. You know, according to the National Football League, 18,800,000 people attended an NFL game last season in person. I think we should be filling up all those same stadiums every Memorial Day to remember the sacrifices of those who died. A 6th century Greek philosopher named Pertuis lived in Ephesus, Anatolia, which is modern-day Turkey. He was in the military and then was a military trainer before he got older and started to write down his philosophical missives into a book that would become called the Fragments. He trained warriors, he studied warriors, he saw men lost in battle with the Persians and others. And in his philosophical writings, he talked about those warriors and that warfare. I came across one of those quotes very early in my childhood as a 12 or 13-year-old boy, and it stuck with me and definitely influenced my service. Here's what Pertuis said back in the 6th century BC. "Out of every 100 men, 10 shouldn't even be there. 80 are just targets. 9 are the real fighters, and we are lucky to have them, for they make the battle. Ah, but the one is a warrior, and he will bring the others back. We're here to remember all of the ones." Today I want to tell you about one of those. His name was Tech Sergeant John Chapman, Air Force Special Warfare Combat Controller, Medal of Honor recipient, husband, father of 2 daughters. On March 4th, 2002, during Operation Anaconda, which was the largest battle with conventional forces in the entire war in Afghanistan, Tech Sergeant John Chapman found himself defending his Special Operations team in Afghanistan outside of Gardez on a 10,000-foot mountain peak known as Takar Gar, would later be remembered as Roberts Ridge. He was attached to the famous SEAL Team 6 as the only U.S. Air Force Special Warfare operator, and Chapman was the first one off the helicopter as the team tried to rescue a fallen Navy SEAL, Neil Roberts. He had moved through thigh-deep snow as he fought up against an Al-Qaeda set of fighters who were dug into the side of the mountaintop. As the other members of the team fell back to evacuate the wounded, Chapman remained to single-handedly fight on for another hour in order to cover the landing of the Quick Reaction Force helicopters. This is an excerpt from his Medal of Honor citation. Quote, "During their initial insertion, the team's helicopter was ambushed, causing a teammate to fall into an entrenched group of enemy combatants below. Sergeant Chapman and the team voluntarily reinserted into the snow-capped mountain, into the heart of a known enemy stronghold, to rescue one of their own. Without regard for his own safety, Sergeant Chapman immediately engaged, moving in the direction of the closest enemy position, despite coming under heavy fire from multiple directions. He fearlessly charged an enemy bunker up a steep incline in thigh-deep snow, and into hostile fire, directly engaging the enemy. Upon reaching the bunker, Sergeant Chapman assaulted and cleared the position, killing all enemy occupants. With complete disregard for his own life, Sergeant Chapman deliberately moved from cover only 12 meters from the enemy and exposed himself once again to attack from a second bunker from which an emplaced machine gun was firing on his team. During this assault, from an exposed position directly in the line of intense fire, Sergeant Chapman was struck and injured by enemy fire. Despite severe mortal wounds, he continued to fight relentlessly, sustaining a violent engagement with multiple enemy personnel, but allowing for the evacuation of the wounded before making the ultimate sacrifice. Tech Sergeant John Chapman was the one. Today we honor the one. When our freedom was threatened, their sacrifice ensured that freedom was brought back. I've had people ask me how best to recognize those who have sacrificed for our freedom. And my simple answer is hope. Their sacrifice provides hope for your future. Live in that hope. Look forward with that hope in your heart. Our fallen want us to live in that freedom. Their sacrifice provides us an opportunity to pursue our life's purpose. Our fallen had hopes and dreams beyond the battlefield. They sacrificed those so we can pursue ours under freedom's sky. Here's how I define hope. H is for honor. Hold our fallen in the highest esteem. Remember their sacrifice by telling their story. There's something we can learn from all of them. Honor them by keeping their memory alive. O is for overcome. Their sacrifice gives us the strength to overcome our adversity. Tech Sergeant Chapman overcame incredible odds to stay in the fight. When I'm facing a challenge, I have to think, if Chapman can single-handedly take on 20 Al-Qaeda fighters, 2 BPM machine guns, and countless rounds of AK-47, then surely I can get through whatever I'm facing. Standing tall and overcoming adversity is freedom exercised. Participate. Seizing an opportunity to be a part of something means actively participating. Being a citizen of this nation. Do all those things that only citizens can do. Vote. Serve on a jury. Stand proudly for our flag, our national anthem. You can also participate in your community. From helping a neighbor to volunteering in a school, or a hospital, or a shelter. Participate in being an American. And finally, the E is for enjoy. We need to enjoy the freedom we have. Taking time to remember our fallen does not mean we shouldn't also spend time with friends and family, enjoying the life and the freedoms we have. I think that our fallen would want us to do exactly that today, to ensure we remember them, but also to enjoy the freedom they provide. So, if you want to know how you can recognize the sacrifice that was made for your freedom, have hope. Honor our fallen, overcome your adversity, participate in and enjoy the freedom they fought to defend. There's another quote from my childhood that succinctly captured that charge. It's attributed to a Shawnee chief and a great warrior who died in battle named Tecumseh. In his direction to his braves, he said the following, quote, "So live your life that the fear of death can never enter your heart. Trouble no one about their religion, respect others in their view, and demand that they respect yours. Love your life, perfect your life, beautify all things in your life. Seek to make your life long and its purpose in the service of your people. Prepare a noble death song for the day when you go over the great divide. Show respect to all people and grovel to none. When you arise in the morning, give thanks for the food and for the joy of living. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies only in yourself. Abuse no one and no thing, for abuse turns the wise ones to fools and robs the spirit of its vision. When it comes your time to die, be not like those whose hearts are filled with the fear of death, so that when their time comes, they weep and pray for a little more time to live their lives over again in a different way. Sing your death song and die like a hero going home." Our fallen warriors gave everything so that we have the freedom to do anything. Now, each year the President and the Congress officially proclaim Memorial Day as, quote, a day of prayer for permanent peace, and designating a period on that day when the people of the United States might unite in prayer and reflection. The Congress, by public law 106579, also designates that 3 p.m. local time on that day will be a time for Americans to observe in their own way the national moment of remembrance, end quote. I encourage you to stop what you're doing at 3 p.m. today, just for a moment, and remember those who paid the price for your freedom. If you're so inclined, please pray for the families of those who have lost someone in that fight. I also encourage you to take some time today to remember what it means to be a citizen of this nation. Because those warriors who died defending our freedom, our principles, and our ideals, they fully understood what it meant to be called an American. Thank you. God bless our fallen.